Hey guys, this is a quick video to show you how to navigate and get through your Canvas page and find things on your Canvas page for science. And it's going to be set up the same for 8th grade and 7th grade science, and it's the same no matter who your 8th or 7th grade science teacher is. That way it's easy for you to collaborate with your friends or find things if you're helping one another out. It's going to look the same no matter where you are. So on the home page, the first thing to point out is you have a button for Zoom links. That will take you to your teacher's personal Zoom room for any point in the day. So if you want to head to virtual tutorials from 8:30 to 8:55 anytime in the morning, you would click that Zoom link. Or when it's just time in the day for your class to meet live, you're going to click that same Zoom link, and that'll always take you to your teacher's Zoom room. The About Your Teacher button will get you to a page just about your teacher, so a little bio and a picture. It'll have schedule, email, phone number, so ways to contact your teacher. Underneath that, you'll see there's buttons for different units that we'll be in throughout the year. The current unit will always be color-coded a different color to pop out, so we'll go through and change those colors as we change through the units. And the unit buttons are hyperlinked to that specific module, so you can click on that unit button itself, or you can go over to the left-hand side here and click on modules. In the modules, the most important one is at the top, Student Resources, and you'll always see that posted at the top module. And it's just that, resources, things you'll probably use every day. And so I'm going to just kind of quickly take you through some of those. We'll have a virtual science notebook for 8th or 7th grade, and your teacher will be filling that in and updating it with information that you need. So the 7th grade one will look a little different, but it's the same concept. So you can click through, you'll see a table of contents, and they're all hyperlinked, so you can go directly to whatever topic you're interested in. Or notice that you can actually click the little slide button, and you could navigate that way as well. So I could see the formula chart or the periodic table. Your Zoom rules are in there. We're going to come back and revisit those in a minute. They're important, and they're something that we're going to be talking about in Zooming every day in class. You'll have your learning targets for each current unit, an organizer that we'll be filling out and talking about together as a class. There's also vocabulary pages that have both the terms, definitions, and pictures. And notice at the top of those vocabulary pages is a live link to get to the Quizlet to start studying those words now. Next in the module, after the virtual science notebook, are our Zoom rules. And these are super important, so let's just take a minute to make sure we all are in agreement and we understand what our rules are. You need to make sure your name is set to your first and last name. That way it's really easy for us to get to know one another. You will be muted upon entry. You can raise the little blue hand and the teacher will call on you. We'll go over it together in class and make sure everybody is able to do that. Please remember that your Zoom classroom is your classroom, so school rules apply. That means you're dressed appropriately. It means you're seated upright in your designated workspace. You have a place that's free of distractions to work. Please make sure that your video is on. Show your face so we can see your face at all times. And that chat room, those chat messages are just for questions or messages that are about the lesson. They're not time for you to have text talks to your neighbors or be commenting LOL. They are strictly for relevant to the lesson type remarks. Please make sure you're on time. So again, it's a classroom. I know it's virtual, so it's a different classroom that we might be used to, but you are expected to be punctual. And also respect other people's privacy. Make sure you're not recording or taking screenshots of our class. We want to make sure that we're respecting other people and not putting stuff out there or taking pictures that they might not want taken. Also in the student resources section, you'll find some resources, some important videos that are explaining some things. And we're going to come back together as a class and talk about the warm-up. So I'm going to skip through this one for now, but it'll always be in your student resources section for you to refer to. I do want to take a moment and look at how to have the computer read stuff aloud to you. A lot of people prefer to have something read to them, or it can just help as you're reading through something. So we're going to watch this quick video. Hey everybody, I'm going to show you a few different tips for how to use a read aloud on the computer. A lot of people prefer to have text read to them. It can help if you want to listen to the question or if you want to just hear the answer choices. And there's a few different tools that you can do in order to hear that oral administration, in order to have the computer read all of the words to you. The first one I'm going to show you is a Chrome extension that everybody has already pushed out from the district if you're logged into your school Chrome account. and you're in Chrome, every single one of you already has Snap and Read. On my computer, Snap and Read is up here, and your Snap and Read little extension button kind of looks like a crosshairs. You're going to click on that. You might need to sign in. I do. It's a little bit different view with a teacher, but you are going to be signing in through Google, and it's already pushed out to you. You don't need to download that extension at all. It's already attached to your Chrome, so make sure you're using Chrome for your browser. Once you open up Snap and Read, you'll notice a little bar kind of appears on the right-hand side. And some of the features here work better for PDFs, but the one that I'm going to show you how to use is this X feature, where you can actually highlight a portion of your screen and it'll read it aloud to you. So I'm going to click this here, and then I'm going to highlight the text that I want to hear out loud. So maybe I just want to hear the question first.
Which of the following tools is used to measure a force?
And I didn't even have to do anything once I'd made that X. So again, the X to kind of make those crosshairs. I'm going to highlight the text I want to hear. Maybe now I want to hear the answer choices.
Triple beam balance spectrometer barometer spring scale.
And I can close that out. The other thing that I like about Snap and Read is you can change the voice of the computer that's reading it to you. You can also change the speed, the color of the highlighted word as it's going along. So we're going to go back up to that Snap and Read extension, the one that looks like the crosshairs up in your Google and your Chrome. And you're going to go to Options. You're going to look for that Settings wheel. Here you can change the voice.
Welcome to the Snap and Read extension. You can change.
Welcome to the Snap and Read extension.
Welcome to the Snap and Read extension. You can change the pitch, rate, and volume of speech using the sliders below.
You can also play around with changing the speed of the text. I actually like to slow it down so they don't quite sound so robotic when they're reading it. You can change the pitch. In some versions, if you're looking at a PDF document, so not a Canvas page, but in a PDF document, you can actually even change how to simplify words. And so that's worth playing around with if you're looking at PDFs. You can change the background color of the word that it's being highlighted as it's reading it aloud to you. Maybe you just don't like green, or it makes you stress out. You want lavender. Then that's all you have to do on that end. You would just close that. And then next time I can see the lavender, so maybe I just want to hear this one answer choice again.
Barometer.
And that's how you use Snap and Read. I'm next going to show you a different feature that also exists that depends on what computer you're using. So what you can do is if you highlight the text you want to hear, if you are on a Mac, you're going to right click. And some of you might need to change your settings to be a 2-finger click, but if you right click, you'll see where it says speech.
Which of the following tools is used to measure a force?
So I know that for sure works on Macs. Depending on your Chromebook and your mouse settings, you might be able to find a way to enable it. But the one tool that works for everybody, that everybody has access to, is that Snap and Read. So make sure, please, you're using that Snap and Read extension that everybody has. You have to be in Chrome, you have to be logged in as your school Google, and that Snap and Read is right there for you. And remember that we used those crosshairs, the square looking feature, so we use that to have the text read aloud, and that will work on any Canvas page. You can do a paragraph or an answer choice at a time. Reach out to your teachers if you need help accessing materials, but everybody should be using these if you find that it helps you. So Snap and Read is a great option if you like to hear things aloud. The next video in that Student Resources module is how to access and use features in the Science ebook. We'll use that later in the year, so we're going to skip that for now, but that video is already in your module. And then notice when we hit next, it's going to show a big stop sign. My internet cooperates. So we're at the end of our module. So I can go back to modules, and to look at what we just went over, we looked at everything in that Student Resources module. So the Virtual Science Notebook, the Zoom rules, Later, we'll talk about the warm-ups and then those reference videos, computer reading aloud, and the ebook. The other thing I wanted to show you is some resources that are in Unit 1. So anytime that we're in a unit, and the unit that 8th grade starting with is balanced and unbalanced forces, you'll see the units are numbered, so you can always collapse or show those units, and they have the dates that we're doing the unit. And each unit module is going to start with the same 2 pages, with an overview and also with a calendar. On the overview, and this is going to be the same for no matter grade science you're in, the overview starts with just that. What are you going to learn about? So what is a unit overview? Learning targets. What specific things should you as a student be able to do or explain or calculate when we're finished with those units? So really breaking it down. Essential questions. What are the big picture ideas? By the end of our learning this unit, you should be able to answer those essential questions. And then also vocabulary. And notice that the vocabulary is linked to a Quizlet. So you can go to that Quizlet and you can go through the words and practice and play the Quizlet games as much as you'd like. When you click Next at the bottom, it'll bring you to our assignment calendar. The assignment calendar is an overview of what we're doing in class, so kind of a week at a glance, and you can scroll down. And the one trick that I wanted to show you with the assignment calendar is when you open it, it starts out kind of big, and you can't see everything all at once. So the trick, once you kind of have it in your window, is up in this Excel menu, the 100%, you're going to choose the zoom view. So zoom and then zoom out. I like 50% personally, but you can play around and see what you like, and then you can scroll down, and then you can get a quick glance at the whole unit or that whole week what we're going to be doing. And so it's broken down by date, and as well it's going to give you the B days and the A days, and it has kind of just a quick snapshot like agenda. What are we doing that day in class? If you scroll down more, you'll see at the bottom are different tabs. So we're starting obviously in Unit 1, which will go until about August 31st. And then after that, we'd switch to Unit 2 and you'd click that tab and we'll fill in the dates and stuff as we progress through that. And then we can click Next. Where we'll give you some class time today is each class we're going to end with a discussion question. So when you're breaking into your asynchronous time today, when we break up, you are going to go back and do this discussion question, but please don't do it now. We'll give you guys some class time to do that. So just kind of an overcap as far as your modules go, student resources, just that. It'll always be at the top. They're great things that you can refer to. And then we're starting in Unit 1. Notice you'll see in Unit 1 we have, again, we always start with the overview, the assignment calendar, and then we'll break it up by days. So August 18th and 19th, first day discussion question. That's something we'll give you time to do later in class. So don't do that discussion question until your teachers have told you to do so, please. So that's it for this. Please let your teachers know if you have any questions.